This is Ron Kelleher with the Inspired Leadership Podcast, episode number 569. Today's episode is entitled Scalable Culture, Fueling Innovation and Paving the Way for Growth.
Hello, and welcome to Inspired Leadership, the podcast for Christian leaders in the marketplace who want to be the best leaders they can be. And now your host, Ron Kelleher.
A startup team is at work in a small garage brimming with ambition and innovation. Bound not by their numbers, but by a shared ethos, they are on a mission to disrupt their industry. Each member contributes not only skills, but also brings a culture of creativity, resilience, and shared purpose to life. This dynamic group exemplifies a crucial lesson for all organizations. Their true power lies not in the sum of the individual talents, but in the strength and scalability of their collective culture. They become Apple and change the world. Well, what is the essence of scalable culture? Well, Kim Scott's book, Radical Candor, offers profound insight into this phenomenon. She suggests that while personal relationships have their limits in large organizations, culture possesses an incredible capacity to scale. It's a network of shared values, behaviors, and norms that permeate every level of an organization, influencing motivation and effectiveness far more extensively than individual interactions ever could. This is where the heartbeat of an organization truly lies. The story of Jesus and his disciples offers a compelling illustration of this principle. From diverse backgrounds, these individuals came together, united by the teachings and vision of Jesus. Their shared culture was not just about religious beliefs. It encompassed practices of love, service, and community that were, frankly, radical for their time. The small group's culture had a profound scalability. It extended beyond their immediate circle, influencing communities and eventually shaping history. Their collective impact demonstrates how a shared culture, deeply rooted in strong values and practices, can transcend individual capabilities and bring about sweeping changes. Their effectiveness lay in several key factors. First, a unified vision. Jesus presented a vision of a world transformed by love and compassion, which deeply resonated with his disciples. This unified vision became the cornerstone of their collective actions. Second, inclusive practices. The disciples practiced inclusivity, breaking the societal norms of their time. This openness attracted a diverse following, enhancing their cultural scalability. Third, empowerment and leadership. Jesus empowered his disciples, teaching them and then trusting them with responsibilities. This empowerment fostered a sense of ownership and commitment among the disciples, driving them to spread their message with conviction. Number 4, adaptability and resilience. Facing challenges, the disciples adapted their methods, spreading their teachings through parables and personal interactions, showing resilience in the face of adversity. This culture of shared values and practices didn't just stay within the group of disciples. It expanded, influencing communities and eventually shaping history. Their collective impact is a testament to how a shared culture, deeply rooted in strong values and practices, can transcend individual capabilities and bring about sweeping changes. Now the spotlight turns to you. The lesson from history is clear and urgent. You are the architects of your organization's culture. It's in your hands to mold a culture as influential and scalable as that of Jesus and his disciples. You have the power to instill values that resonate at every level, creating a beacon that guides your team through challenges and triumphs. Embrace this responsibility with vigor. Be the light of the world that inspires, unites, and leads your organizations to heights unimagined. Your role goes beyond mere management. It extends to igniting a cultural revolution. In closing, remember the startup story and the timeless impact of Jesus and his disciples. These narratives converge on a single truth. The legacy you leave is defined by the culture you foster. As leaders, visionaries, and change makers, it's within your grasp to create a culture that transcends individual capabilities, transforming your organization and the very world around you. The time is now. Seize it and craft a culture that endures, inspires, and revolutionizes. Well, that's it for this week. And as always, questions and comments are welcome. How have you leveraged the concept of scalable culture in your organization? I'd love it if you'd come over to my website at ronkelleher.com/episode 569 and leave me a question or a comment. And as always, before we go, I'd like to ask you to do me a quick favor, and that is to hop on over to whatever podcast service you're listening to this on. Leave a ranking for the show and a comment if you wish. It does help us get the show into the hands of more and more people. So I thank you in advance for that and pray that God would help us all to be the powerful and the inspired leaders He intends us to be. That's it for this episode of Inspired Leadership. You'll find a complete transcript of this episode on my website at www.ronkelleher.com. My prayer now is that you'll go out and be the powerful, inspired leader that God intends us to be.
Thanks for listening to the Inspired Leadership Podcast at www.ronkelleher.com.